and enjoying the fact that computers suck big time. So welcome to the Forex Speed webinar for Thursday, the 25th of June, 2015, new line. I believe I saw a report last night that the Greek bailout deal had failed. I don't know whether they pulled a rabbit out of the hat in the middle of the night or later to change it. Let's see what's happened. Full stop, new line. US dollar index, DX, new line. Still not going through with the job. 96.13 is the correct target if it's to be in rhythm. And the breakdown below 94.5 is a good thing for the bears. And a break up above 96.5 is a good thing for the bulls, full stop, new line. In the meantime, who gives a shit? Question mark, new line. EUR USD, new line. From the look of the euro, it looks as if, probably, the Greek deal was not resurrected. Full stop, new line. Starts to look a bit uglier below 1.1070 for 1.0789. Full stop, new line. Otherwise, it's no big deal and no one should care overly about what's going on. Full stop, new line. GBP USD, new line. As I was warning, it had the chance to fail and it has failed. And I guess you'd think about down towards 1.55 as a target. If you are short, you might have your stop loss above 1.587. NZD USD, new line. A little ray of sunshine has come into the New Zealand life a little bit. The 0.6926 area is a good spot for thinking about that it may have reversed. If it gets above there, then expect 0.7 or 0.7101, full stop, new line. USD CAD, new line. Dollar CAD surprising me a little bit here with its strength. It has had an ABC pattern, so if you want to go for it and buy it, you could buy it with a stop loss below 1.2311 and hope for 1.26, full stop in your line. USD CHF. Dollar Swiss still representative of the ranging behavior of the currencies. And I guess if it dipped down towards 0.9234, you'd buy it with a stop loss below 0.9155, hoping for 0.95 or 0.9622, full stop in your line. Again, who cares? Full stop in your line. USD JPY, new line. We are now long on a PHG trade, and I think we'll just bank 1/3 of the profit at 123.90 right now. And move the rest up to break even, full stop in your line. AUD USD, new line. This is uninspiring to say the least, full stop in your line. And I guess that's got something to do with the Aussie Kiwi. As I said, that the Aussie, once the Kiwi starts to rally, the Aussie might start to suffer a little bit on the cross rate because of that relationship, full stop in your line. I'm a little bit disturbed by the way the price action is going on this, and I'm sure most people who like the Aussie dollar to go higher also do. This is kind of a wedge-like pattern, full stop in your line. You're up early, Cindy. We have been stopped out at 0.7717 in the Aussie dollar yesterday, full stop in your line. Let's leave it alone until it gives some better clarity. Maybe a visit to 0.76 is the right space, full stop in your line. AUD EUR, new line. This banged into the right target area, probably looks down towards 0.68. Full stop in your line. So the Aussie crosses are starting to be on the nose, full stop in your line. AUD JPY, new line. May go down to 94.28, may go up to 96.86. Full stop in your line. AUD NZD, new line. This really does feel as if it's got the potential down to 1.1023 before trying up again finally to 1.1451, full stop new line. So if you feel like shorting it, it is okay. Stop loss can be above 1.3111, targeting 1.1023, full stop new line. Okay, let's get commoditized. And I'm wondering if the Aussie got hit because gold got hit more. And that's often what I wonder. Doesn't come true in those respects, but whatever. We'll see. Maybe gold. It's just the Aussie is weaker against a few things. Canada was also weaker as well. New Zealand has bugger all gold relationships, so I suspect it's gold that's causing the issues, or at least some sort of commodities thingamajiggy. Whatever. See, maybe gold. Just the Aussie is weaker against a few things. Canada was also weak. So welcome to the Commodities Speed webinar for Thursday, the 25th of June, 2015. New line. Joe, when I'm going through the replay of the webinar, there will be a terrible recording to the extent that it plays back to me what I've said. That's what I'm doing there. I'm just making sure that I have the recording right so that when the thing goes up, I don't have a problem with the page. Okay, so let's go to, there's about 17 things I have to do behind the scenes. Baltic Dry Index is still sensational. Baltic Dry Index, BDI, new line. This is still sensational, looking for 881. It does appear as if economic activity around the world is picking up. Full stop, new line. Or there is a massive supply squeeze for boats. Full stop, new line. Whatever it is, the shipping is going higher. Full stop, new line. 881 will be a big target. Above there will be bull land for the world economy. Full stop, new line. Uranium, new line. Uranium has not done anything for a week or more, and it does that occasionally. There's no doubt about it. It did that over in this period here in the earlier June. So it's nothing to really get too disturbed. I'd say it's probably a continuation pattern, and there's a few more jiggles to the upside towards 37. We'll stop your line. Chinese iron ore, new line. This data does not include 1 day, i.e. the 24th, so there's no extra conclusion to be made. It made a slight new high the day before, and it's still just in a big range, full stop, new line. The big range does have lower lows, and so if it cracks below 51.30, then expect 49.43, full stop, new line. Crude oil, new line. Up, down, turn it around. Full stop, new line. Still can go up, but really it's flatlining. Buy a break above 62.83 or with a stop loss below 58.1, or sell a break down below 58.1 with a stop loss above 62.83. Full stop. Or you could buy an explosion position, buy some puts and calls to see what's going to happen. The ADX isn't quite low enough for that to happen yet, but if volatility is incredibly cheap, that might be a good idea. Full stop, new line. Heating oil, new line. Still continues to fall. Full stop, new line. I noticed that in the sun in the UK, there is apparently a big decrease in sunspot activity coming, and that could lead the UK and parts of the northern hemisphere into a mini ice age. Much like what happened in the 1700s area, or I think it was 16th century. Probably where we got all of our romantic notions of what London was like in winter. Full stop, new line. When I went to London, I went in early January. I was expecting to get snow and all that sort of stuff and a nice white scenery, and all it was sludgy, grey, and full of viruses and flus and colds and dirt. Full stop, new line. Very disappointed. And then I went back about 3 more times and then decided I don't like this place at all. Anyway. Natural gas, new line. We are short, but we're not really happy because it's not going to the downside. We have reshorted at 2.8. We could have done a little bit better. And we're hoping for it to get kicked. At the moment, it ain't getting kicked, and our stop is a little bit at risk of being taken out. We could have a wider stop at 2.972, or maybe a little bit lower, around about 2.935, if you want to keep it out of harm's way. Full stop, new line. For the purpose of the PHG, we will keep the stop tighter. Full stop, new line. RBOB gasoline, new line. This is behaving weak in a couple of ways, but if it stops doing that by a break above 2.1125, targeting 2.253 with a stop loss below 2.066. Thirty-year bonds, new line. At least this has turned into a little bit more of a correction. It's churning some more. Full stop, new line. It is in the time where we could expect a rally from, as I've been saying, but it's not rallying very well. So the best we could expect is 159, and the most reasonable we could expect is somewhere between 153.5 and 155. Full stop, new line. Australian 10-year bonds, new line. Again, maybe goes up to 97.25 or towards 97.5 at best. Full stop, new line. At the moment, it's still got to be suspected of being weak in the longer run. Full stop, new line. US dollar index, DX, we have covered. US 10-year notes, new line. Again, flapping around without a lot of direction. And maybe 127 is a visitation if it gets excited. If you are long, maybe have a stop loss at 125. It's a little bit not really a long trade. It's a bit of a nothing. Full stop, new line. Again, it's holiday time. Full stop, new line. Corn, new line. We got long on a break above 370, and then it's doji-ized itself. So about the only thing I can say to you is let's take profit on 1/3 at $3.71. I'm trying something new so you can see what I'm fiddling around with on the screen without having me to drag things across. Let me know if I forget, which is highly likely, to do, but you'll at least see what I'm doing. Is that helpful? Let me know. If it's not, tell me I'm an idiot and you don't need it. Oats. We're looking to buy a break above 26.23. That has happened. And again, lack of inspiration. We got filled on the 23rd, like a lot of the grains, and it just didn't go through with the job. I don't know how less inspiring things can be these days. Boom, 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 boom. Entered. We'll bring our stop up to here at 25.65 because these things have a habit of just being shitty. And 26.92 and 28 are the target areas. Rough rice. Woohoo! If you're still long from when I suggested a nibble at 9, your stop is at 99.86. Sorry, 9.86. Soybean oil, new line. We are now long on a break above 33.13. And like others of its ilk, we're not that happy that it hasn't just charged up. Is that better, Shane? I just have to hit a slightly different button somewhere. So we can bring the stop up to here at 32.84. This can be ignored. And that can be removed and entered. Okay, now soybeans. Soybeans, we're looking to buy a break above 9.5. And, well, we are long. We're entered. And currently, stop can be 9.56. Oop, you didn't get to see the screen. That's what happens. I'm sorry. Wish I had that octopus-like tendencies. So we're looking for 9.83 on the top side. And it seems to just have pulled back a little bit in a triangular fashion. So there's possibly the kick to $10. Okay, let's check out Wheaties. Soybeans, new line. Just raised the stop up to 9.53. I meant 5.6. Wheat, new line. Wheat doing fairly well yesterday, in last couple of days. The 543 cent area is significant. If you are long, have your stop at 508 cents. Stop close only, full stop, new line. Copper, new line. Copper having a bit of a rally, interestingly. It had that little doji there the other day, and it's probably chopping a little bit more in a range up towards 2.7 or 2.72. Full stop, new line. Gold, new line. If the Aussie dollar weakened on the basis of gold, it's a bit of a sad puppy, really. But gold is getting weaker, looking for 1135 to 1113 on the downside. Full stop, new line. If you are short, have your stop at 1189. Full stop, new line. If you don't care about what happens to gold, you're in good company. Full stop, new line. Nickel, new line. A little bit of a double bottom pattern here with a truncated ABC. We've got an ABC, an ABC. That leads to in conclusion and probably a rally back up to this area here towards 865 if it breaks through 831. Full stop, new line. If you feel like going long, you can do some exploratory research on this. Markets generally don't bottom this way, but you can have a stop at 790 if you want to go long and hope for 873. Full stop, new line. Palladium, new line. If you are short, have your stop at 710, full stop, new line, and have your hopes at 650, full stop, new line. It's probably going to spend a little bit of time going sideways over the next day or so and then dump, full stop, new line. Platinum, new line. Nice little rally, really, but probably part of a bigger churning pattern back up to 1095 at best, full stop, new line, before another attempt lower, full stop, new line. Silver, new line. Silver not as weak as I would like to see, but still not fascinatingly exciting. We need a break above $16.05 to be semi-interesting for 16.5. We do see a 5-wave structure to the downside that is trying to complete. So this is the 5th of the 5th in this pattern. So might be getting a bigger correction, but again, who cares? Full stop, new line. Apathy can be really useful in the markets because it keeps you away from crap. Full stop, new line. Cocoa, new line. Forming a very nice flag-like pattern, pushing towards $34.76. We have taken a bit of profit at an unfortunately slightly lower price than where we are now, but I'm happy to keep that position. If you want to add on a break up, you would add above 32.89, full stop, new line. Coffee, new line. Coffee providing with some signs of strength in bars, but we've seen this routine before, haven't we? Question mark. At the moment, I think it's trying to it'll try and stop everybody out up above here and then fail. So watch a breakdown below here at 130.9. If it breaks below there, then expect lower. And you can sell it with a stop loss above 136.2. Full stop, new line. Cotton, new line. Holy dooly. We have gone long and we've been filled at absolutely the worst price in the history of trading. So we've been filled. That's really disappointing. They're just gunned for our stops on entry. Like they didn't even bother to fill us there. Like it's repulsive, 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 repulsive. Target is 68 if we ever get there. Our stop loss is raised to 65.45 because I don't like that way they've done it. They're completely corrupt on that floor, completely corrupt. And even if we had had a pop just above here, we still would have been a horrible fill. So they've done that to everybody because they've seen the stops and they are stop seeking missiles. Lumber, new line. Lumber, new line. Finally backing off on this, and I think I think 2.85 is the target area with potential for 2.78. Full stop, new line. And maybe 2.58. At the moment, if you want to go long, you could probably go long on a break above 2.95 and hope for 3.09. Full stop, new line. Stop loss would need to be below 2.85. Full stop, new line. Orange juice, new line. We have been stopped yet again on the little tail here. I did wonder if I was bringing it up too tight when I set it, but what the hell. So many of these things just aren't getting any follow through. There's a lack of money around, really. And that's what happens when they, that's what happens when you give them a stopped, give them a stop on that floor when they've got nothing to do. The floor traders just grab it if it's being traded on the floor, because they can exchange information about your orders between them. Okay, so sugar, we're going to buy a break above 12.30. We're still looking for that. We're still hoping and praying for that. Okay, let's get into something else more interesting. I'm sorry about it not being exciting, but this time of year, a lot of people go on holidays. Australians, they go on holidays. You get all of these emails going, I'm away from the office. Yeah, here you go. Americans are certainly not here. Chinese are probably not here. I don't know when they do their holidays, particularly. Chinese New Year is earlier on, so they fly away from its coldest, because that's usually in January or February when it's coldest in the Northern Hemisphere, so they have holidays to escape. Now, let's go to the fascinating and wonderful world of world indices. And the solstice is getting a little bit boring. But welcome to the World Indices Speed webinar for Thursday, the 25th of June, 2015. And beware of Greeks bearing gifts. They got refused. Their gifts weren't good enough, obviously, for the Europeans. Last night, when I was going to bed, I don't know what happened. Somebody hasn't told me anything. Nobody tells me anything. I just have to guess it. Dow Transportation Average, new line. The Dow Transports did the perfect retrace of a 38.2 nature, did a double top in a downtrend, and I said we could expect 82.24, and that seems to be where we're headed. Full stop, new line. There is a chance that it hangs around the bottom here. That bottom has had 1, 2, 3, 4. Three goes at this area without breaking through, and the venerable Mr. Gann always said the fourth time it will break through. Full stop, new line. Of course, we have seen multiple exceptions to this rule many times, but it's a good guideline to think that the next time it will break. Full stop, new line. Should it break, expect 81.04 and 82.24 to mean nothing at all. Full stop, new line. Yes, he did say usually you are quite right, but it is a good line to think that it will. Dow Jones Industrial Average. A wedge is a wonderful thing, is it not? And there's been some slapping on the head and some questioning of the morals of the people who've been bullish. And the surprise, the floodgates are starting to reopen down towards 17,539. Full stop, new line. We are seeing increasing volume. We just need a smack below 17,940 to really complete the negativity. Full stop, new line. It's okay to be short this with a stop loss above 18,200. Full stop, new line. E-mini S&P. Sorry for doing it out of order. It hasn't quite broken down properly. That would be below 2094. and we'd be looking for 2032 on the dramatic side. On the more reasonable side, probably looking at 2083, full stop in your line. If you want to be short, you can have your stop loss at 2115, full stop in your line. And you can sell rallies towards 2110, full stop in your line. S&P 500 cash index, new line. On the S&P 500 cash index, we can see, yep, it just hang on to the support. It didn't quite break down below where it needs to. Needs a bit more of a push to the downside. But if you want to be short, you can do so with a stop loss at 2127, full stop in your line. NASDAQ, new line. Mr. Gann had another principle about the law of lost motion. I have been hoping for 45.64. The fact is that it's had 3 drives to this top, and the last third drive failed, and it failed to hit the target at 45.64. Now, it's still not dead yet, really. That would be below 44.60, and then you would expect 4400 to be support, full stop in your line. Volatility index, the VIX, new line. Yesterday I said volatility was cheap, and it's gotten a little bit more expensive. If you did manage to masterfully pick some up, your stop can be raised to 1180, 11.8, full stop new line. VXX.ETF, new line. This is a buy on a break above 18. And you can be nibble long now with a stop loss below 16.9. NIB.ETF, new line. We can simply raise our stop loss up to $42.07 and hope that it keeps going. TBT.ETF, new line. We've been looking to buy dips to $50.20 and didn't quite get there. I'm not sure whether we should be buying it there. I will leave the order there, just see how it goes. Full stop new line. I'm not so confident about the ability for the bonds to push lower at the moment, but I think we'll leave it there just for the hell of it and have a tight stop. Full stop new line. GDX.ETF new line. Gold market vectors went sideways while gold went down. It doesn't bear a lot of relationship in the short term, but in the longer term it does. Full stop new line. German DAX new line. On the German DAX, that little doji was a sign of not goodness. It's still not bad, really. If it can hold above 11,300, then it's got a shot at 11,782. Full stop new line. Euro Stocks 50 new line. Euro Stocks 50 had a little bit of a shock. It got near that retrace. Down around 35.45 would be a pickup area with a stop loss below 3,500. Full stop new line. UK FTSE new line. I don't know why it hasn't got the same information as the other ones in there, but it hasn't really gotten weaker. Probably, I guess, because the currency got weaker. The pound got weaker against the US dollar. It is on resistance. And if you are long, it's not a bad idea to take a little bit of profit. And if you do want to go long more aggressively, go long aggressively above 69.50. Full stop new line with a stop loss below 68.44. Full stop new line. Italian MIB new line. That top end of the triangle was a nice tip off that it was running out, but it hasn't really run down. That would be below 23,000. You'd start to worry about it there. If you took some profit, that's great. You might want to buy back in now-ish and then see if it can break, or just wait to see if it can break out above 23,730. Full stop new line. Shanghai A-shares index new line. A good rally a little bit further. This is still behaving fairly strong, really. I was hoping for it to 41.47 for a massive buy, but the bulls are ahead of us in this respect. Full stop new line. If you do want to be long, you can do so with a stop close only below 46.78, because it probably will try through to 5,057 or higher. Full stop new line. YINN.ETF. Now, this has done a retrace. So if this takes out 55, then get excited about the Chinese stock market. Full stop new line. For some reason, I feel this preempts what the Chinese stock market does. Full stop new line. If it fails below $50, expect $38.70 for our ultimate pickup area on this. Full stop new line. Hong Kong Hang Seng, new line. On the Hang Seng, what we see is a return to the middle of the playing field, and I don't know what to do with this really. Now, maybe it goes 27,811, or maybe it just flops back down here. It'll probably think it's American and head to 26,274, full stop new line. Australian share price index futures, new line. This has come back up to the 30-period moving average as it has done in the past, and then it rolled over in the past. The question is, will it roll over this time? And I think it'll start to roll over below 55.90, full stop new line. Yesterday I said I thought the fund manager buying would run out in the mid-afternoon. They continued to keep buying it into the end of the day, but they're going to be disappointed with whatever news they got from Greece and whatever the US market did, so they might be swallowing it hard, full stop new line, and sweating a little bit, full stop new line. Hopefully some of them panic, full stop new line. And we want all of them to panic on the ultimate low, full stop new line. At the moment, this feels like ABC land, and it starts to get confirmed below 55.90, full stop new line. XAO.ASX, new line. All ordinaries had a little doji, so you should probably settle back down to 56.28 today. Has an ultimate target at 54.42. This is triangular in nature, so it's not part of an impulsive move. Full stop new line. A break below 55.64 starts to get a bit ugly for the swing to the downside. Full stop new line. XJO.ASX, new line. Also a doji of indecision, and should settle back down towards 56.30. Full stop new line. XFJ.ASX got to my 66.20 to 66.30 target area just to make everyone a little bit bullish. Now if it breaks down below 6600, it'll start to scare the people who've bought that and probably come back down to 64.49, full stop new line. CBA.ASX, new line. Yesterday I suffered from premature shortation, full stop new line. And 85.72 on the downside is the target. We will still maintain the entry. We had the stop loss triggered at 85.35 on the short at $85.10, full stop new line. That was for half the position. We will still run the PHG trade for the other half of the position on a breakdown below $86.90. And I had my big figures completely wrong there. So the 87, we had the short entry at 87.10 and we were stopped out at 87.35. Hope you understand that one. So it's a breakdown below 86.90. With a stop loss at 87.38. ANZ.ASX, new line. It went into the land of the great white doji and probably can come back down to $33.40, full stop, new line. Below that, it starts to look unattractive, down towards $32.73, full stop, new line. BHP.US, new line. BHP in the US has had a retest of the high that it needed to have. If you wish to short this, you can do so with a stop loss at $45.27. And you're best to short it on a breakdown below $44, expecting new lows, full stop, new line. BHP.ASX, new line. BHP.ASX had the retest of some resistance lines that it needed to have. Both BHP.US and BHP.ASX have negative volume on them, full stop, new line. If you wish to short BHP.ASX, you can short it on a breakdown below $28.37 with a stop loss above $29, targeting new lows, full stop, new line. Rio.ASX.US. Rio banged into the 30-period moving average. That's a bad sign. A breakdown below $43.20 starts to consider a short with a stop loss at $44.16. It's not as negative as BHP.US is, full stop, new line. Rio.ASX, new line, is negative on this front. And it's weaker than even Rio.US, full stop, new line. If you are shorting it, your stop can be above 56.73. Do we have any questions in the box? LNG. Okay, LNG. Okay, Shane on the PHG trades list. Okay, so we've gone long on there. Okay, what is the target? Do I have a timing for a low in July? Early July. Mark. 445 target. Stop loss is at $3.98. Okay. Actually, can you repost that? Yep. Thanks, Mark. Oh, Shane. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. No other questions. It just seems to me like it's not so good at the moment, and we'll see what happens. See ya. Have fun. Bye.